My name is Caitlin Wolf, and this is my money taxi. Oh look, some contestants.
For 7th and 6th, and make it snappy.
My name is Caitlin Wolf, and you're in the money taxi! Woo!
What?
In this game show, I'll be asking you questions for a set amount of money. For every question you get right, you'll get the money awarded to that question. But for every question you get wrong, you will get 1 strike. If you get 3 strikes before we arrive at our destination, you'll lose all of the money you've earned and I'll kick you out of my car. So, do you guys want to play Money Taxi?
Sure. Why not?
Then let's go!
Put your hands back on the wheel!
First question. This colony was the first to break away from Spain and become which country today? This country's revolution also happens to be the topic of today's show.
Do you think it's Cali?
Cali?
California, duh.
TikTok, do you have an answer?
Isn't it Venezuela?
Correct! Venezuela, under the Spanish rule, was part of the Viceroyalty of New Granada, ruled by present-day Colombia. In the years leading up to the independence, the Creoles, or those born in Venezuela of European descent, began to hate Spain for the high taxes, limited opportunities, and overall mismanagement of the colony. They decided that enough was enough and were ready to fight for independence from Spain. You've just earned yourself $25! Woo!
Would you stop that and get on with it?
Moving on to the $100 question, and it's a hard one. What happened on April 19th, 1810?
Oh, I know this one. Venezuela got its independence.
Wrong!
What?
Oh, why'd you do that? Where'd it go?
Next question worth $50. Which Venezuelan soldier sparked the revolution in 1806?
Francisco de Miranda.
You are correct! Woo!
Yay!
Okay, Francisco de Miranda, a Venezuelan soldier and friend to many, became a general in Europe during the French Revolution. He had many great adventures in Europe, but always longed for independence for his beloved homeland Venezuela. In 1806, Miranda was able to put together a small mercenary force and launched an invasion in Venezuela. He held on to the town of Coro for 2 weeks before he was driven out by Spanish forces. Although this invasion was a bit of a train wreck, it proved that Venezuelan independence was not just an impossible dream.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. Moving on to the $100 question, and it's a hard one. What happened on April 19th, 1810?
Oh, I know this one. Venezuela got its independence.
Wrong!
What?
Oh, why'd you do that? Where'd it go?
That's strike 1! On April 19th, 1810, the Creoles held a meeting and declared a provisional independence. A provisional independence meant that they would rule themselves indefinitely until the Spanish monarchy was restored. This resulting government became known as the First Venezuelan Republic, which would eventually fail. But don't be tricked, this did not mean independence.
Wow, that was a trick question.
Where was the Spanish monarchy? Why did it need to be restored?
The heir to the Spanish crown, Ferdinand VII, was a prisoner of Napoleon of France. Let's just say they needed to sort some things out.
Oh.
Next question, who was Simón Bolívar?
I think it's Barack Obama.
What? That doesn't even make sense.
Well, do you have a better idea?
Tick-tock. Would you like to use your street shout-out?
What's that?
If you wish to use your street shout-out, I will pull the taxi over and you can get out and ask a stranger on the sidewalk for help with a question. But be warned, you only get 1 street shout-out per game.
We'll do it.
All right.
Grr. Where will we look for someone who knows about Simón Bolivar?
Hey, look, there's one right there. Hey, you!
Hey!
Stop! Hey, stop! Hey. Do you know who Simón Bolivar is?
Simón Bolivar. I have not heard that name in years.
who he is?
Do I know who he is? I am him.
Simone!
Do you mind if we interview you?
Sure, chicas. Vámonos.
So, do you mind if I type this up while we're doing this?
Go ahead, chica.
Alright, where were you born? What was your early life like?
I was born on July 24th, 1783 in Caracas, modern-day Venezuela. My family was very, very wealthy due to the rich copper and gold mines we owned. In 1799, after the death of my parents, I moved to Spain. I continued my education and married, and then my wife and I went back to Venezuela to visit. But sadly, my wife passed away, and back to Europe I went.
And after that, when did your military career start? Action.
After Napoleon named Joseph Bonaparte the King of Spain and its colonies, I was incensed and joined the resistance movement. After many expeditions, I returned home to Venezuela to finish what I had started. I could go on and on, but I'll try and keep this part short. My followers and I invaded Venezuela in 1813, marking the beginning of my Campaña Admirable, or Admirable Campaign for you white people. I was hailed as El Liberator.
We have to go. Can you wrap this up?
Of course, chica. I was forced to flee to Jamaica for a while and seek foreign aid. There, I wrote my famous Letter from Jamaica. After gaining support from Haiti, I returned back to Venezuela and became involved in several military battles and campaigns. I'll leave the rest of the story of the Venezuelan independence for you guys to find out.
Thank you so much for the interview, Simone.
My pleasure. Adios, mis amigas. Buena suerte.
Adios.
So, do you have an answer?
He was a great military leader and the face of the Venezuelan Revolution.
Correct! Woo! Next question, since you are now experts on Simón Bolívar, what independent government did he establish?
What?
I don't think he mentioned that.
We seriously listened to all his rambling for nothing?
I need an answer.
Communism.
What?
Incorrect! That's strike 2. It was the Second Venezuelan Republic. You guys seriously couldn't even guess that? I mean, there was a first one after all.
Shut up.
The First Venezuelan Republic fell, and after his admirable campaign, Bolívar established the Second Venezuelan Republic in 1813. During his campaign, Bolívar was not able to completely defeat the Spanish, and there were still large Spanish armies in Venezuela. Bolívar, along with a few pals, fought bravely, but were defeated yet again by Spain and the Royalists. The Royalists were those who supported the Spanish rule. The most feared Royalist force was the Infernal Legion. They executed prisoners and pillaged towns that had been held by patriots. Oh, and the patriots were those who wanted independence from Spain. This Second Venezuelan Republic eventually fell, and Simón was put at a loss yet again.
Wow. This is all kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, Venezuela just wants to be free and not under Spanish rule, but they keep on taking them down.
Next question, and it's pretty much impossible to get this one wrong. What came next after the fall of the Second Venezuelan Republic?
Easy, the years of war.
You're correct! During the period from 1814 to 1819, Venezuela was completely devastated from the conflicting patriots and royalists. The patriot leaders, Manuel Piar, Jose Antonio Pace, and our good friend Simón Bolívar, to name a few, made a battle plan to free Venezuela for once and for all. The other leaders, however, failed to respect each other's authority and ideas, leading to a less than great battle plan overall. In 1817, Bolívar had one of his pals executed and threatened the others harshly. After that, everyone kind of just conformed to Bolívar's leadership. Still, Venezuela was in ruins and there was a stalemate between the royalists and patriots.
Okay, this is not getting any less depressing.
Yeah, you're kind of bumming us out.
Welcome to the real world. Next question, what daring moves did Bolívar and his army do in July of 1819?
I don't know.
We're screwed. We already used our street shout out and we have 2 strikes.
I need an answer. Just take a guess.
Potatoes?
You're correct!
Woo! That's seriously right?
Yep. In early 1819, Bolivar and his army were cornered in western Venezuela. He was not powerful enough to knock out the Spanish army, but on the other hand, the Spanish were not quite enough to defeat Simón. And that's when Simón made the most daring move of his career. He and his army crossed the unforgiving Andes Mountains. Half of his army fell victim to the cold, but the remaining soldiers and Simón arrived in New Granada, which is modern-day Colombia. New Granada was completely untouched by the war, and there, Simón was able to rebuild and strengthen his army. This is where things started to look up for Venezuela.
Yay!
No spoilers, please.
Bolivar made a march on Bogota. The Spanish viceroy sent out a force to delay him, but it was no use. The Spanish army was crushed by Simón at the Battle of Boyaca. There, Simón was able to recruit even more people and once again marched on to Venezuela.
This is getting good.
We're almost finished too. These last two questions are worth $1,000.
1,000? That's like more than the population of the Earth.
Yeah. Good thing the theme of our show today wasn't common sense.
What?
Next question. Which battle came next?
The Battle of Carabobo.
Yes! How did you get that so easily?
There are some things in this world people should just know.
And that's one of them?
Duh.
Okay, moving on. The Spanish, alarmed by the sudden victory of Simón and the Patriots, called for a ceasefire, which both sides agreed to and respected until April of 1821. The Patriots in Venezuela were eager for victory and began to close in on Caracas. The Spanish, led by General Miguel de la Torre, and Simón's army finally met at the Battle of Carabobo on June 24th, 1821. The Patriots came out victorious and claimed Venezuelan independence. The Spanish losers decided that they could never pacify and retake Venezuela, and alas, it was all over.
Oh my gosh, finally.
That was beautiful.
I'm just glad Venezuela finally got freedom. I mean, they worked so hard. After being oppressed by Spain for so long, they decided to stand up for what they believed in. While they went through many hardships like the losses in battles and the failure of two independent governments known as the republics, Venezuela was able to build itself back up and gain freedom. I think it's safe to say that it's all thanks to Simón Bolivar.
So it's over? We're done?
What about the last $1,000 question?
Yes, I didn't forget. Here it goes. Who was the president married to Michelle Obama?
Anna, you know this one!
Okay, it's
Simón Bolivar!
no!
No, it's not!
Is that
Yes,
your
it is.
final answer?
Yes!
That is not correct! And you know what that means? Strike 3 means you're out! Now, get out of my money taxi!
Hey, I know we lost and all, but thanks for having us. We learned so much about the Venezuelan Revolution. Money is money, but knowledge is priceless. Oh, one last thing. I never got your name.
Simón Bolivar.
Simón! I walk this empty street on the boulevard of Venezuelan dreams, where the city sleeps and I'm the only one and I march alone. Simón, 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 Simón. My army is the only one that marches beside me. My shadow